What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are going to be doing another 5 best and 5 worst. If you've been around my channel for a while, you're probably very familiar with the series because it's one of my most favorite to do, and I've been doing it for a really long time. But if you're new here and if you have no idea what the series is all about, I basically just talk about my 5 favorite and my 5 least favorite products from either a category or a brand. So today we're going to be focusing on a brand. We're going to be talking all about Charlotte Tilbury. I have my 5 favorite products, and I actually only have 4 products that are my least favorites. I was looking at the whole entire Charlotte Tilbury collection online, trying to figure out what my 5th least favorite product was from the brand, but I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't just want to like pull something just to pull it, so I'm so sorry. It really pains my perfectionist soul, the fact that I don't have 5 products for 5 best, 5 worst, but you know, it is what it is, so I hope you guys are okay with that. I really want to do Charlotte Tilbury because recently I've been getting so many questions from you guys asking me my opinion on the products from the brand and just like my opinion on the brand in general. And I think it's because recently it was announced that they're gonna be available at Sephora, so obviously that has piqued a lot of people's interest. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy today's video. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below as per usual. Let me know some of your favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury and also some of your least favorite products. I would love to get a good conversation going on in the comments. Also give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already and you want to join the fam, because the fam is amazing. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's get into it. So with all of my 5 best and 5 worst videos, I always like to start off on a positive note, so let's talk about my 5 favorite products first. Let's talk about probably my favorite product from the brand. Like when I was putting all of these products together for this video, I didn't even have to think twice about this. I grabbed it from my everyday collection because this does sit in my everyday vanity, and I knew that I wanted to talk about this product. So this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I know I sound like a broken record, and if you watch any of my videos, then you know I have dry skin, and because I have dry skin, I hate powder. Powder is not my friend. Powder and dry skin just don't usually mesh so well together. A lot of powders accentuate dry skin and they sort of just make it look even drier and cakier, and it's just not a pretty look. So because of that, I am very picky when it comes to powders. I need a powder that will set my makeup but literally just like not even look like it's there. And then it's an added bonus if a powder will actually make my skin look better, and this powder really does do that for me. So this is a beautiful very finely milled powder. So if you're somebody who doesn't like a very heavy product to set their makeup, this is an amazing powder to do so. And because it is such like a finely milled powder, not only does it work really well throughout the face, but it also looks beautiful underneath the eyes. And I feel like not all powders are created equal. Some work really well underneath the eyes but not on the face, and some work really well on the face but not underneath the eyes. So I always love a powder that can sort of do both, just so it minimizes the amount of products that I have to use in the morning. I do find that this is one of the few powders that actually makes my skin look a little bit more like soft focused and poreless, and it sort of just like smooths everything out while also setting my makeup and also getting rid of any unwanted shine. This is definitely my #1 favorite product from the brand. I think a lot of people would really like this, whether you have dry skin, oily skin, combo skin, normal skin. I think that this is a wonderful powder, and I definitely think that it is totally worth picking up. So that is my #1 recommendation. So now let's talk about one of the products that is partly responsible for giving me this beautiful skin glow that I have going on my face right now, and that is this little angel product right over here. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow. I feel like this is sort of a confusing product. When I first got this, I honestly didn't really know what it was meant to do, what I was supposed to do with it, because it's sort of like a foundation, it's sort of like a primer, and it's sort of like a glowy highlighter, and it sort of ends up being a combination of all 3 of those things. You could use this product in so many different ways. So this product has a very small amount of coverage. You can see it does cover up the veins on my hand. It also does come in a bunch of different shades. The one that I have right over here is for medium, which sort of matches my skin tone perfectly at this state. I'm definitely gonna have to get a lighter shade though when I get a little bit less tan, but you could totally use this on its own as your complete foundation, just depending on, you know, what type of coverage you like. If you like something a little bit more full coverage, then you're probably gonna want to layer this. But if you like something more on like the light coverage side, then you could totally even just wear this on your skin on its own. So this product has coverage with a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous glow, but the glow isn't like a liquid highlighter type of glow. This is definitely way more subtle than like a typical liquid highlighter, so I definitely wanted to like emphasize that, but it really does make your skin very, very glowy. So this is a product that is perfect for somebody who wants a literal glow from within type of look. If you are somebody who does not like to wear very, very obvious highlighter, who wants something just really natural for every day, you literally want it to look like your skin is just naturally glowing. Putting this on the high points of your face layered underneath your foundation, whether that foundation is really light coverage or full coverage, it really doesn't matter. This is just gonna give your skin that stunning glow from within type of look without it even looking like you're wearing a highlighter. So what I like to do with this product, I just like to apply it on my cheekbone area, so right over here, and I actually also like to put it just a little bit underneath my eyes, and I will layer my concealer on top of it because I am somebody who is really into a dewy under eye look. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's just a look that I really like. I just feel like it makes the skin look really youthful and pretty. And then I will go in with my MAC Face and Body, for example, and just put a light layer of that foundation on top of everything. And because this does have a little bit of coverage, I also find I'm able to get away with a lot less foundation. So it just gives the skin a gorgeous, very, very natural look, and it gives you that amazing extra glow in just those specific areas. By the way, if you're wondering what shade to get in this product, I initially thought that getting a shade that was a little bit lighter than your skin tone would be preferred, just to give you a little bit more of a highlighted effect, but then I realized that doesn't really make much sense, and I definitely would recommend getting a shade that actually matches your skin tone perfectly, unless you are specifically using this just for underneath your eyes and you want more of a brightening effect. Okay, so now let's talk about the second product that is responsible for giving me this highly offensive glow on the tops of my cheekbones, and it is this guy over here. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter in the shade Spotlight. This is a liquid highlighter that when I first tried, I was like, oh my God, this is the best liquid highlighter I've ever tried. And then I sort of forgot about it. And every single time I go back to this product, I always wonder why I use any other liquid highlighter, because this is probably one of the most gorgeous liquid highlighters I've ever tried. I feel like normally liquid highlighters could go one of two ways. They could either be very, very natural looking and sort of just give you a glossy sheen like the Nude Sticks Nudies, or they can be like very metallic and literally look like you are just reflective, like the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops. It really does sit right in the middle, and it just gives you an incredible glow that is so flattering, but also equally intense. The one thing that I really don't like about this product though is the packaging. I sort of just want to put that out there in case you're like a stickler for packaging like I sometimes am. I just feel like it's a little bit messy. So it's basically like a little squeezy tube, but then it has a sponge tip applicator, and it does have like a thing where you're actually able to stop the flow of product. You just have to twist it. It still gets really messy, and I feel like it's a little bit wasteful because the product does get like stuck in the cap, and I just don't love a sponge tip applicator. And I also feel like you don't get a lot of product in here as well, which is sort of unfortunate because obviously Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit on the pricier side, and you know, when you're spending a premium on a luxury product, you sort of hope that you get a lot of product in here, but there just really isn't a ton. There's 0.41 fluid ounces or 12 milliliters of product, but the actual product itself is just so freaking pretty. I'm gonna swatch it on my hand so you guys can really see. But I mean, you could see it on top of my cheekbones right now. And it's just like a liquid highlighter without any sparkle or shimmer. It's just pure, glossy, intense goodness. So now let's move on to blush. Now, this is one of the very first Charlotte Tilbury products that I ever tried. This was my go-to blush for a very, very long time, especially when I first got it. This was like my everyday blush. So this is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher, and this one in particular is in the shade Love Glow. Again, if you've been around on my channel for a while, you may actually remember I used to talk about this quite often. And so these Charlotte Tilbury blushes, first of all, let's just get the elephant out of the room. It definitely looks like a nipple. All of the blushes sort of have this like outer ring of color, and then there's a little like center bit that has some color. I feel like the lighting isn't really allowing you guys to see that. There, you can see a little bit better there. It's just what I think of literally every single time I open up this compact. Now, I love love a good dimensional blush look. I love taking two different blush colors and just layering them because I feel like it sort of gives the cheeks a really like fresh look. I will often put a lighter color on like the majority of my cheek, and then I'll just put a darker or brighter color right on the apples of my cheeks, and it gives a really pretty effect. So that's what these blushes are meant to do. You're meant to use the outer perimeter blush on the majority of your cheek, and then you're meant to just take the center color and put it on the apples of the cheek. And I just think it's really nice to have a blush that has that sort of built into one little compact. I also really like how versatile these blushes are. It sort of gives you 3 different blush looks in one. You're able to use the outer perimeter shade for your whole entire cheek if that's what you want to do. You can use just the center shade, or of course you can mix them both together. I do feel like a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury, especially the face products, are very sophisticated in their finishes. Same thing goes with like the blush finishes. There's no really intense or like offensive sparkle in them whatsoever. This shade in particular, Love Glow, is probably one of my favorites, and it just has like such a beautiful, very soft, like golden sheen. It's almost like NARS Orgasm, but a very, very sophisticated, non-chunky version of NARS Orgasm. So it just gives such a beautiful, like soft golden glow. I really hope that one day they will expand the color selection in this like little blush format, because they have some colors, but they don't have a ton of colors. So I hope one day they will expand, but I do really, really like these. So the very last product in my top 5 for Charlotte Tilbury is actually a skincare product, and it's probably not the one that you expect me to talk about. It is actually the Goddess Skin Clay Mask. I'm normally not like a huge fan of skincare from makeup companies other than I would say like Lancome, but this little mask, although it is so expensive, is probably one of my favorite clay masks that I have in my collection. I actually reach for this over so many of my other clay masks that I have in my collection. Like I just said 3 times, this is a clay mask, and I love a good clay mask, especially because I do wear a lot of makeup. I find that I have to sort of like detox my skin at least once a week, otherwise it will get a little bit clogged up from all the makeup that I put on my face. But you guys also know I have dry skin, so clay masks can sometimes be a little bit polarizing for me. They will detox my skin and make my skin feel really clean, but almost too clean to the point where it just makes my skin feel like it's falling off, like it's so dry, and like I have to put on another mask on top of it to sort of like repair the intense dryness, because clay masks really do just like pull out all moisture and oil from the skin along with like the dirt from your pores. This is one of the very first clay masks that I've ever tried that does not make my skin feel completely and utterly dehydrated after applying it. The description that Charlotte Tilbury gives the mask is actually pretty accurate as to what it does for my skin, so I'm just going to read that for you guys. It says that this mask is for the rebirth of your skin. It's a miracle. I wouldn't say it's a miracle, but it's pretty good. Skin texture appears visibly healed, hydrated, and rejuvenated. Skin feels smoother, firmer, and plumper. You know how most clay masks will dry down on your face, and when it dries down, it feels like very, very tight and uncomfortable. This mask actually doesn't completely dry down and like tight to your face, which I think is one of the main reasons as to why it doesn't completely dry it out. It's so expensive though. It's $70. Honestly, it's sort of ridiculous, especially for the amount of product that you get. If you want to try it out, I would say you may like it. I don't know. All right, so those are all the 5 products that I love from Charlotte Tilbury. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the products that I'm not such a fan of. Now, I am so upset because I just did a huge decluttering of my makeup collection, and I threw out a lot of my least favorite Charlotte Tilbury products. The fact that I even got rid of most of these products really does say a lot, because I normally don't ever get rid of products, even products that I don't like, specifically for videos like this. So unfortunately, I only have one of the 4 products here to show you guys, but thankfully, they're not really products that you need to like see me hold up. It's not that big of a deal. I'll put a little picture and you guys will get the idea. But I do have some great descriptive words to help us all out. So let's get into it. Let's first start off with the product that I actually do have here. I have yet to throw this out, although I probably should, because this is probably one of the worst mascaras I've ever tried. And by the way, I just want to say, before I even get into it, after I just said that, I just want to say that even if you love a product that I absolutely despise, take that with a grain of salt. Everybody has different product preferences. Even if I say that I hate a product, even if I say I love a product, just, do your own research. You always need to try things out for yourself, because again, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. Just want to put that out there. Anyways, back to the mascara. Yes, probably one of the worst mascaras I've ever tried. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lash Mascara. It's not really even that this mascara made my lashes look bad, because it didn't. It made my lashes look fine. It wasn't the best mascara I've ever tried, but it was definitely not the worst either. It was the fact that this mascara smudged on me so intensely that I literally could not believe it by the end of the day. And it's also not even just this mascara, it's also the Legendary Lashes Mascara. It does the exact same thing on me. They smudge so bad. Like, it was sort of shocking. I actually have a video where I tested out a bunch of YouTubers' favorite makeup products, and it was the Legendary Lashes mascara that I tried. And at the end of the day, like, it literally looked like I had been crying hysterically the whole entire day, which was a little bit unfortunate because, like I said, the mascaras actually look really great. They just smudge so bad. That's the only product that I have here. Let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. Now, I actually only very recently got rid of the eyeshadow palettes. I have been holding on to them for such a long time because they are pricey, and it sort of just pained me the fact that I bought them and I just really never reached for them or used them because I just didn't think that they were that great. The Charlotte Tilbury quads are $66. If you're paying $66 for 4 eyeshadows for an eyeshadow quad, they should be beautiful, incredible, and special. Now, I do have a NARS quad that I just recently talked about that I believe is probably around like the same price range, but I'm gonna get it. One second. Oh, this is $52. It's actually less expensive than the Charlotte Tilbury quad. This is actually what I'm wearing on my lids today. I'm wearing one of the shades from this quad. This is the Singapore quad. $52, there's no doubt, is insane for an eyeshadow quad. But if you are going to be getting an eyeshadow quad that is more on the luxe side, you want it to be special. You want it to be amazing, because if you're spending that money on only 4 eyeshadows, they sort of better be amazing, right? And I feel like the eyeshadows in this quad are amazing. They're gorgeous. They're sparkly. They're multi-dimensional. I don't really have anything else quite like this in the rest of my collection, and I think that's why it makes it worth it. However, the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, I feel like, are good, but they're not great. They're not amazing. They're not so mind-blowing that they sort of warrant that really, really high price tag. I find the formula to also just be very stiff and hard to work with, especially with the matte shades. I always found that I had issues with patchiness and trying to blend them out. And the glitter shades that were in the collection, I always found were like super chunky and very dry. So they would just sort of like fall all over the face. So that's really all I gotta say about the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I'm so sorry I don't have them here to actually swatch and show you guys. The next product that I do not have here with me is the brow mascara. So it's the Legendary Brows Brow Mascara, and it's the one with like the very, very, very small wand. So this is a product that I was always a little bit confused by. At first I was like very intrigued because I am always into a brow product with a very small applicator, just because I feel like it just makes the application way more precise, especially with something as delicate as the brow area. You want to be able to be as precise as possible, right? But I feel like the wand for the Legendary Brow Mascara is almost too small, which makes it almost harder to apply. Like, it literally takes like 13,000 strokes to go through the whole entire brow because it is so tiny. Because it is so tiny, whenever I would use it, I would always find that it would pick up like such a small amount of product, so I would have to like dip in 1,000 times to actually apply it. And just at the end of the day, there are other brow mascaras that I so much more prefer that are also way less expensive. The Anastasia Clear Brow Gel is one of like my go-tos. It's a favorite. It's so freaking good. Again, I just feel like there are some products that aren't totally necessary to go like super luxe with, and I feel like a brow mascara, you can get something really, really amazing, way less expensive, and that just works better anyway. I just don't feel like the product was that great. So the last product I want to talk about is actually probably one of the most famous products from the Charlotte Tilbury lineup, but it's a product that I never really understood the hype about, and it's the Magic Cream. The Magic Cream was always described as just like this magical product. I mean, it's literally called the Magic Cream, which is a pretty bold move. And I just feel like the cream is not really anything magical. I know a lot of people who like it though, so I don't know if I'm like missing something here, but I just don't feel like it does anything special or crazy for my skin. It is just simply a moisturizer. I used to use it just as my makeup base, like my moisturizer before applying my makeup, and I just didn't really find it did anything special to my skin. It did moisturize my skin, it did make my skin feel good, but I also have a ton of other moisturizers that I use that also make my skin feel and look good. I would love to get your thoughts though on the Magic Cream in the comments. Are you somebody who really loves that product and swears by it? And that actually finishes off today's video. Those are all of my favorite and least favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. Overall, I really like the brand. The products that I love from Charlotte Tilbury far outweigh the products that I don't love. I think that there are a lot of products in the brand that are totally worth like discovering and checking out, but products that I didn't love, I think, are ones that I just don't think are totally worth the money. Like, they're not terrible, horrible products, just because since they are, you know, pricier, I just don't think that they are 100% worth the splurge. So that's it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.